R.I.P. Charles do Bronx. Charles do Bronx is getting knockout. He's getting a knockout. He is getting a knockout. He's going to a sleepy. He's going to sleepy with his best French. I don't know any best friends of Oliviera. But what I do know, boy's getting slept. The boy is getting freaking slept ASAP. He's getting slept bad, man. He really is. Maybe I should have done that. Fuck. Should have done that. Armand is crazy. This guy's never getting a title shot anytime soon. He really... I feel like Armand just absolutely, utterly... I feel like he just screwed himself. Utterly screwed himself. Because now, the UFC will not let Armand... They're not going to let Armand do anything outside the UFC. Because you got to realize, in order to do something outside the UFC, like wrestling, like BJJ, literally anything, grappling match, you need to get approval from the UFC in order to do that. And now, this guy's fighting. He's putting his fighting career at risk. So I just don't think the UFC is going to ever let this guy ever freaking do anything outside the UFC. I just don't see that happening. To be honest, lad, I think to be honest. Sucks for Armand. This guy's never going to get another title shot. Giorgio got lucky. Kurban wasn't there. Isn't that his brother? His brother wasn't there? Yeah, I know. Man, what is Armand doing? He won. Armand literally won. And this guy decided to freaking throw it all away. What an absolute buffoon. What an absolute buffoon for Armand. What are you doing, bro? Genuinely, what are you doing? What an idiot. What an idiot. Wait, isn't it Brandon the guy who likes men? No. He don't. I mean, platonically, I assume he does, platonically, I'm sure he does, have men in his life who he thinks are good men and has some positive feelings towards them, But to say that he likes men, I think there's a connotation of homosexuality in that sentence, and I don't believe he is a homosexual. Colby and Aljo running out to help remind me of WWE Brawl. Did Colby and Aljo help? Well, what do you mean? Wait. Did he? Did they run out to help Armand? I didn't see that shit. I must have missed that. I must have missed that. Must have missed that. Didn't know your mom transitioned. Burn! They ran out to separate him? Really? Okay. I do not remember seeing that, to be honest. See. What is Colby doing? Why is Colby, man, get that boy out the rankings. Get that little boy out the rankings. That's what they need to do. Get that guy out the rankings. Because he's not doing nothing. He's literally just begging. He's begging to wrestle. He's genuinely begging to wrestle. In RAF. Like he's dead ass begging to wrestle. He's like, anybody, please wrestle me, man. I would like to see Armand and Colby wrestle. That'd be fun, but they're never going to let Armand ever wrestle again. So Colby can, and he called out like GSP and Kamaru Usman to wrestle. It's like, bro, come on. Colby, Armand. I'm telling you, bro, that's never happening. It's never happening. Armand is never going to wrestle in RAF again. Like, it's the sad reality of the situation. It really is the sad reality of the situation. You know what I mean? Arman is the Habib of RAF. I mean, sure, yeah, sure. I mean, he's beat. Who did he beat? Lance Palmer, and he beat the guy who does Take Me Down for $1,000. I mean, I don't know if that's Habib status, but it's definitely. I mean, he's doing well. He's doing well. You know, I would say he's more of the. Arman is like. It's like a. He's like the Cain Velasquez of RAF. Pretty niche, pretty obscure reference. You know, not a lot of people are gonna understand that one. Nobody's gonna understand that one. Only those in the know will know. You know, yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? That's deep down. That's what I think. A little bit. Paul Daly after he smacked Koscheck. Yeah, I know, but it's dude. I saw people talking about that being like, you know, um, he might get kicked out of the UFC for that. It's like he's not gonna get kicked out of the UFC because if the UFC loses him, he's just gonna go to PFL, and then at the same time, I wouldn't mind. I honestly, anybody else with me here, I kind of rather see Arman in the PFL so he could fight Usman Nurmagomedov. Because that'd be a dope fight. That would be a freaking cool ass fight. Genuinely would be a dope ass fight. Arman will have UFC and RAF belts. Man, fuck the RAF belt. Fuck the RAF belt. Literally is a side hobby. Literally is just it's more of a hobby than a sport right now. You know, maybe they got Cejudo. I didn't watch literally. Dude, Arman is a big name because they had Cejudo versus Uriah Faber. I didn't watch that shit. They had Aljo versus Benson. I didn't watch that shit. Nobody watched it. Arman will be that picture of Overeem. Yeah. That picture of Overeem. But, you know, hey, man. Arman's pretty good, dude. Kyle Dawkins, Bo. Kyle Dawkins versus Bo. Are they fighting? No way. Kyle Dawkins. He pulled out against Vicente Luque, right? Kyle Dawkins. Apology. He ain't fighting Bo. At least I don't think so. No, he's not fighting Bo. But if they were to fight Bo and Kyle Dawkins, I'd probably say, probably Bo by decision. I think Bo by decision. You know, I think Bo by decision. Kyle Dawkins has always been good striker, but as soon as he gets taken down, he's just, he's just a fish out of water, really, when it comes down to it. He's a fish out of water. And I think Bo would just take him down, you know? Although at the same time, Kyle Dawkins is low-key underrated. That fight would never happen, you know what I mean? I don't even know who they would match Bo up against next. They'd probably give him like, what weight class is Jackson McVeigh? Jackson McVeigh. Is he 185 or 170? He's fighting Cedric Damas. Okay. So maybe they could do Bo versus Dustin Saltzfoots? Is he still in the UFC? He lost to Kelvin Gastelum, which was like the weirdest fight I've ever seen. Do you think Kyle will make it? No. Kyle making it into the rankings? Oh, hell no. Brother, nobody know how wrestling scored. Not even the people involved in the sport. No, they know how it scored. What are you talking about? Are you glad February's over? Nah. I mean, it's February. It's fucking. I hate how fast things are moving. To be honest, that's my only gripe with the fact that February's over. It's moving too fast for my liking. To be honest, I need things to slow down. Days goes way too fast for my liking. Do you think Kyle will make it into the rankings? Hell no. No way, Jose. Not at 185. Unless he gets like, there's just too many guys that I think he loses to before he gets any sort of rankings fight. You know what I mean? Like, Kyle Dawkins doesn't have a name. He's not a pay-per-view fighter, right? And if you're not a pay-per-view fighter, if you don't have a name, you have to be elite and literally lose to like nobody outside the rankings. And I just think he loses to so many guys outside the rankings. Can you do a Resident Evil playthrough? Resident Evil. What the fuck's Resident Evil? Resident Evil. Resident Evil. Wahashima wo raikatustu is how you say it in Japanese. Wahatima raikastarutu. This game looks very interesting. It looks like a game I will definitely be buying and playing because I love to buy and play games. The only game I play right now is Balloons TD6. Only game I'm playing right now. Only freaking game. It's the GOAT game. You can play it solo. You could queue up with 2, 3, 4 homies. You know what I mean? You could queue up with the boys. And it's user error. You know what I mean? It's not a game you could rage at. It's you messed up at some point because every map is beatable. Should UFC cut Armon? Oh, hell no. Uh-oh. Oh, hell no. Uh-oh. They should not. Why would they cut Armon? He's the reason the division is still alive. He's the only reason shit's going on. Do you think Joshua Van can beat Pantoja and also Charles Knock? Charles by knockout? Oh, hell no. Hell no. Joshua Van can beat Pantoja, especially Pantoja coming off an injury, coming off old age, just straight up old age. This guy's nearly 40 at 125. But does he fight Pantoja? I think he fights Pantoja. I think he beats that little Japanese kid, that little Japanese girl, and then I think he moves on to beat Pantoja. Charles ain't doing shit though. Let's be honest. What is Charles gonna do? This guy has no head movement, no freaking nothing. He got nothing. They just change it to folk style instead of freestyle. That's American style. No, freestyle is better though. Because let's be honest. The American collegiate system already has its own environment. You know what I mean? And it's not good for MMA. College wrestling isn't good for MMA. Freestyle is better for MMA. So it's like if you're going to have MMA guys, you need freestyle, They're not going to lie, that George guy. Oh, I'm in GP chat. My bad. One sec. What is your FT percentage? Free throw percentage? Free throw percentage? Man, what the fuck? I'm not Steph Curry, brother. But I do agree the George guy is annoying, massive ego. He did have it coming. But why? Why, bro? Why? Why did he do that? He's not going to ever get a wrestling match ever again. The genuine truth, he will never wrestle, he will never grapple outside the UFC for his entire career. He's never doing that shit, ever. How bad is Zellhuber? Dude, that was hilarious. I thought Zellhuber was going to win. I'm kind of mad that Zellhuber lost, to be quite candid with you. I am, because, dude, Zellhuber at one point, how did he have a hard fight with Ribovich? But then again, Ribovich lost to Nasrat Akparast, who is a freaking Drew Dober victim, is a Bobby Green victim, So it all makes sense. It really all does come full circle. Just how good is Quillen Sow killed? Or Ruffy? I didn't Google that, shorty. Charles Knock has no neck movement. Hey, yo. Neck movement. What? Who cares about neck movement? Bro, what are you talking about? You're talking about Charles Oliveira like he's a Bella Danger. Come on. College wrestling's good for college? Sure. Dag, you should stream from the Middle East right now. Would be vibes. Yeah, for sure. I agree. Hit a little Iranski. Little trip to Iranski. So the plan is, Boom, go to Mexico. Go to Mexico ski. Boom, book a trip to Tel Aviv ski. Boom, book a trip to Iran ski. Boom, book a trip to Dubai ski. Boom, book a trip to Pakistan ski, right? Book a trip to the favela ski. You know what I'm saying? So Hooper sold me one time against that Mohawk bruh. Never again. Mohawk bruh. Mohawk bruh? Ribovich? No. Not Ribovich. I think I know. Black? Was he black? Kind of crazy. Bobby Green hasn't been able to finish Jim Miller at the end of his career, but finish Al Huber. But you got to remember, one of the biggest traps for picking or betting on cards is whether or not the card is at high elevation. Mexico City, unpredictable. Going to Salt Lake City, unpredictable. Anytime they are at elevation, you just simply cannot pick the outcome. If you pick the outcome correctly, genuinely, 50% of the time, it's a fluke. How many times in last night's card did you see guys rock somebody, go for a finish, or not even that? Guys would just have like a pedestrian first round, and then second round, both guys are gassed. Like that was Bobby Green versus El Huber. Both of them were gassed. You know? So it's like, does Bobby Green finish Zell Huber not at elevation? I don't know. But also, Zell Huber, he switched gyms. What an absolute buffoon he is for switching gyms. He left, and he went to like some random gym. He went from like a good gym in Extreme Couture and went to some random Mexican freaking gym. It's like, bro, stop it. Time to change your national sport? Are you talking about hockey? Bro, that's the game. That's literally the game. I mean, come on. Everybody in Canada was mad about the hockey game between America and Canada and sad that they lost. Dog, watch UFC. Do you know how many times in UFC you're watching the people who are supposed to win lose? The guys who are genuinely better lose? Like Jamal Hill, Yuri Prohaska, the better guy lost. You know what I mean? Jamal Hill versus Khalil Rountree, the better guy lost. Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili, the better guy lost. You know? Ilya Tapuria, Max Holloway, the better guy lost. Right? I could go on and on about the better guy losing. Shit. Welcome to the club, Canada. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world, the big can. Do you think Charles Nuck... What? Do you think Charles could KO Ilya if they have a rematch? Hell no. My brother. No way. Never going to happen. That's true. No wonder why you didn't get... I wouldn't blame Altitude for getting your picks wrong. I think you probably just had dog shit picks. But if anybody picked Kavanaugh to win, you are low-key... a genius. Alex Jones? Dog, that shit ain't happening. It needs to be Alex versus Gon. And Gon will send that boy packing. Gon's going to beat Pereira. Rematch versus Aspinall for the undisputed belt. Stow that shit. Take that shit. You know? It wasn't even betting on Zohuber. You were betting on fight to go to distance. Should have bet on Green, though. I had a feeling... Oh, yeah. It's so easy to be like, dude... Low-key, deep down, I know I picked one guy, but, dude, I totally was picking the other guy to win. I was totally picking the other guy to win. Dude, in the back of my mind, I knew the other guy was going to win. But I went against my natural instincts, and it didn't pay out. What's a good fight coming up? Pereira. No, what fights are there? Genuinely, what fights are there? Dog, I don't even know what a question to ask about fights. There are no fights going on. Oliviera Holloway, Caio Borrello, De Ritter, Rob Font. This is a fight night card. Raul Rosas, Rob Font is a freaking lame-ass fight. Lame-ass fight. The rematch that nobody asked for. Lame-ass fight. And what are we doing here? What are we doing here, guys? Seriously. Lemos versus Robertson as a co-main event. Lemos versus Jillian Robertson is the co-main event. It better not be a woman. Okay. Ian Cutelaba, Omar Sy is not bad. Philly versus Jose Delgado. Okay, not bad. Rahiki versus Hardwick. Okay. Petrino Asplund. Okay. Johnson Silva. Okay. Balaji Oki versus this Indian guy. I can tell you right now, I don't know anything about this fight. The Indian guy's going to lose. He's losing. Evelev Murphy. Okay. Riley versus Aswell. Okay. I mean, we're not serious. We're not serious, right? We are not serious. I get what you mean. Like Moreno losing in Mexico, example of the guy who they all wanted to win losing. Yeah, true. I don't know that game. Kavanaugh obviously would win. Moreno sucks. He's better than every Asian there is in flyweight division. No, I'm not even talking hindsight. I bet MJ to beat Del Huber. Michael Johnson? Okay, but that wasn't a bad one, though. That wasn't a bad pick, though. I think I also picked Michael Johnson to beat Del Huber. I think I did that, actually. I'm actually 100% sure I did that. JDM Prates? JDM's about to get slimed out by Prates. JDM will get slimed out by Prates. Izzy Pfeiffer? Okay, good card. And then it's like we're right there. We're on the cusp of having a decent card. And then we get Macy Barber Grasso. If this was a pillow fight, I would say, you know what? UFC, you got my respect. But this is not a... What is this? Tybura Walker. Sterling Lopez. McKinney versus a fucking 1928 power lifter in a circus. What is this? What are we doing here? Hooper versus Gibson. Oh my gosh. We have a freaking Alexander Hernandez victim versus a Bobby Green victim. Nice. Chiesa somehow still fighting. Belgaru. Okay, this is a good fight. Belgaru Abdul Malik. We have Lazy Eyes versus another Indian. No, black. We have Zabit at home versus Juliana Rosa. Okay. Moicano versus Chris Duncan. Ewing versus... Oh my gosh. What are we doing here? What are we doing here, guys? Ethan Ewing, a co-main event? In the big 2026, we have Ethan Ewing as a co-main event. Am I tripping? It's headlined by Moicano versus Chris Duncan. And the co-main event is Ethan Ewing. What is this? This guy's in his second fight, and he's the co-main event. I mean, we cannot be for real. We are not for real here, guys. This is not a real sport. And then 327, we have a whole we have a mid off right here at 327. We have the battle of who's keeping Manel Cap's belt warm right here. We have genuine Grape right here. This is literally just statutory Grape as a third fight on the card. We have again another statutory Grape again. We have Blades versus Hawkett. I mean, we can't be for real. Blades and Hawkett on the main card of 327. Holland versus Brown. I mean, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is I can't deal with this. I can't. How am I what fight am I supposed to be? Oh, dude, I can't wait for freaking Kalungi versus dude. Are you guys ready to see freaking Kalungi versus Barboza at the freaking Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle, Washington, dude? Yo, man. All I can think about for the past 3 weeks is Galungi and freaking this guy who looks like he has Down syndrome. I mean, grilled teeth. I want grilled teeth. Gawunky. Gawunky, give me grilled teeth right now. Gawunky. Luke Riley. Is Luke Riley the future? Yeah. Bad year for UFC, I know. Kavanaugh versus Horiguchi is actually not a bad fight, actually. So no. Nelson Loki and Ian Bethel? Yeah, I don't know, bro. They saving for the White House card. We gotta suffer, dog. This is more than. And then, oh my god. And then we got Burns versus Mallet in the big Winnipeg. We have what is, oh my god. Jasmine Jazdavicius versus Karine Silva. No, we ain't for real. Are we for real? This girl on the right looks like a Ukrainian escort. This is not a fighter. This is genuinely just a UFC, a freaking Ukrainian escort that they paid off to freaking fight for money. She's like, I do. Usually you pay me for 600 for 1 hour. White House gonna have all the Marauders. Yeah, I mean, let's hope that it's all Marauders on the White House card. Dog, could you imagine the White House card is just trash? Could you imagine they have like just bangers on the White House card and it turns out to be all decisions? I don't even know what I want to see at the White House card. I don't know. But I just feel like the White House, someone's going to die on the White House card. We will genuinely see someone get popped at the White House. Anybody else feel the same? Let's get a poll. Will someone get popped at the White House card? Will someone get popped at the White House card? I think that's a question. That's genuinely the only thing I'm looking forward to. Will someone get popped at the White House card? Including or not including left hooks? Sorry. Including or not including calf kicks? And we got a fight on our hands. We're going into the 5th round. Someone needs a finish here. Darius sucks. He's a punching bag. Yeah. Hello from Pakistan. Interesting fact of the day. My country has some of the lowest. Okay. She has a family. Who? She probably has like 6 families, bro. Let's be honest here. Did Oliver die? Oliver? Who the fuck is Oliver? Oh, Oliviera, did he die? No, I'm just saying rip in advance because he will get brutally slimed out. He will get brutally slimed out soon. Brutally. Ilya's belt will stop the bullet, and he will be known as Ilya the Chosen. He will be held above with the gods of the sport, like Maradona and Pele. Okay, you're unsubbing. Dang, dude. How dare I make a joke like such? I won't make any more. I won't make any more Charlie Kirk jokes. No more. We must put an end to this. I think the White House card, it's only fitting to bring the inventor of the calf kick, Benson Henderson. Yes, we do Benson Henderson versus Ili Aptoro. Toptoro. I think it's good. Dag the vape gun, yeah. Okay, guys, today I'm going to be teaching you how to blow O's. Step number 1, blow that shit. Benson Henderson, Habib, past versus present match? Yes. Let's get Arman on there. I like that. Arman on the White House card. Let's get all the crash outs onto the White House card. Ian Gary is very, very much my best friend. I like Ian Gary. We have very much same style in life, my brother. The fuck is, where's Tommy Aspinall? He's currently healing his eye injury. Has anybody? How come Tom Aspinall is the only fighter? How come no other fighter ever posts about eye injuries? How come have we ever? We've never seen a fighter get eye poked and then proceeded to see them get 4 months worth of surgery. You're telling me it was that bad? I feel like there's way worse eye pokes. Wilder Cortez Acosta, he got eye poked, literally came back like a month later and won. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Dominican Papi. Dominican Papi. Tommy Espino. Fuck is a freak. This week, how do you guys feel about this week? How do you guys feel about this week? Does it feel like fight week? It's just I like it once we get closer to the I think it's going to be a good fight. I think it's going to be a good fight. Yeah, it's going to be a good fight, but it's just like no belt. The next belt we have on the line is a vacant belt and the 125 belt. And it's just like does anybody care? 125 is so it's trash. It's dominated by a bunch of no personality having Asian dudes. You know, and it's the only people who like these Asian dudes are genuine like these the only people who like 125 they like Asian men, they like ladyboys, and they like futanari. This is the trend I'm noticing. Anytime I see someone like 125, they also like Asian dudes. They also watch too much anime. They also like futanari. There's some trends here between liking 125. Italy. To be real with me. The UFC is so low opening. The UFC is so low dopamine, low cortisol right now. I mean, it's trash. It's so trash, man. It's genuine garbage right now. And it sucks. It sucks that it's so trash. Ow. You know? It really does suck. Didn't he fight Izzy like 4 months after? Bus eye poke Strickland. That was pretty bad. Strickland made a pretty fast recovery. I know, right? It's so weird how only Aspinall is the guy who's getting surgery. It's almost like he's faking it, but heaven forbid you say he's faking it. Dude, he's a fighter. He's a fucking fighter. They don't fake things. You're just saying that because you like John Jones, you know? It's like, whoa. Like John Jones? I don't like John Jones. I love him. I'd let him crack. No. If I got a bag for it, shit. I'd let John Jones crack. You know? If I got a free little if I pulled a little Dan Hooker, you know what I mean? And got him to pay my bills and shit. That Dan Hooker thing blew over pretty fast. Dan Hooker made no statements, didn't talk about it, didn't say nothing about it. Seemed to blow over pretty fast for Dan Hooker. Maybe that's the strategy. Just completely do nothing about something. Don't lie, you do it for free? No. John Jones, bro? You think I'd let John? No way. John Jones for free? Hell no. Because he's got to at least pay the medical bills. You know what I'm saying? He's got to pay the medical bills at least. At least pay the medical bills. On 25 and DJ fans are beta males, bullied in school types. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. It's just a trash division. It's so, and until we get Manel Cap as champion, 125 is boring. Low cortisol. And that cough is completely unrelated to many things. Only got a cough because of, I'm sick. PFL will invade UFC White House card with a tank and megaphone. I like that. I like that for sure. Aspinall eye poke thing was even better than this. Even though it's low dopamine, it gave high cortisol. I mean, what are you saying? What are you saying? It's low dopamine but high cortisol. I mean, sure, I guess. Yes, Makayev and Manel Cap. Two fighters we need to see at 120. The only way to revive 125 is get Makayev and Manel Cap back. Only freaking way. Only way to get him back. The quote from Aspinall fans after 321 was hilarious. They're like, Aspinall would have won in the later rounds if he didn't have a fucking eye poke happen, you know? He would have. Aspinall was on his. He was just downloading data, you know, eh? Aspinall was just a data downloader. He was downloading data to get into the third round, you know? And then he was going to start shooting double legs and landing them. And landing the big shots up top, you know, eh? We need Sean versus Hamzat. Dude, Hamzat is just waiting for Strickland. Dude, what is Sean Strickland doing? Sign the freaking contract, Sean Strickland. Sign the contract. Chimaev fights back in Chicago. He needs redemption for the performance he gave to the Chicagonese people. And give him a fight against Strickland, and that will be a fun, entertaining fight because at least Sean Strickland will try to win. Unlike Dricus du Plessis, who just he refuses to try to win. What up, boy? Boy. What up? Not even just British guys. I know some American and my YouTubers keep talking to me in condescending attitudes when I told them I was picking Gone. But that's the thing, though. That's the thing. People will always... It's a circle, man. That's life, bro. People will always doubt us. People will always doubt our expertise and our knowledge. You know, when we pick fights and we are picking against the masses and we get these fights right, everybody is freaking going against us. You know, everybody's saying that we're dumb. People are saying that we're stupid. You know, when I picked freaking Justin Gaethje to win a decision over Paddy Pimblett, you know, everybody was saying you're delusional. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't realize how good Paddy Pimblett is. You don't understand that Justin Gaethje isn't good at all. And it's just like, sure, but don't doubt me, because when you look at the tapes and you look at the stats and you look at the facts tell you something complete. They tell you a different story. They tell you a completely different story. You know? The problem with Japanese fighters is that they attract Japanese cartoon gooners. Only mustn't. Did you guys see the alleged Hamzat Chimaev assaulted somebody in the Dubai airport? Man, I'm glad my boy Hamzat Chimaev outside is currently in the US and not in Dubai. Thank God. They call you delusional for picking Gaethje to beat Paddy. They called me delusional. You know, when I said that, what else did I get right? When I said Kamaru Usman was going to beat Buckley, they called me delusional. You know, when I said that Sean Strickland was going to beat Anthony Hernandez, they said I don't know what I'm talking about, and he's going to get mauled. They said I don't know what I'm talking about. But yet again, look who prevails. Look who comes out on top. When I said that Jordan Levitt was going to beat Isaac Dagarian, or was it Isaac? No, it wasn't Isaac. Yider Deval. When I said I don't know about Yider Deval, I'm not too convinced on him. I think Jordan Levitt's gonna win. When I said Jordan Levitt's gonna beat him, you know what everybody said? You don't know what you're talking about, Dag. And look, look what happened. We got it right. We did our thing. We did it. But I agree. Japanese fighters do attract the worst of people. And it's not even like Japanese people are it's not like even Japanese people are bad. You know what I mean? You know? It's just the fans that they bring along. The culture that they've created is like the most hateable culture, I think, in my opinion. You know. Way too many people are counting out Oliveira. They called you delusional. No, 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 no. You think Charles Oliveira is gonna win? You think Charles Oliveira is gonna win? I don't think so. Dang, everybody thinks someone's gonna get popped at the White House. Crazy. Who wins? You know, hey, who wins? Charles Oliveira or Max Holloway, lads? Who's gonna win this fight? I think Holloway's got it. I think this is gonna be an easy fight too. I think it's gonna be domination for like the first 2 rounds. I think it's gonna be a Korean zombie level show out here for Max Holloway. Like I'm thinking brutal beating to a finish with a nasty shot because Charles Oliveira gets overzealous, realizes he needs to win a round, and then pop, 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 pop. People are calling you delusional for picking Charles Oliveira to beat Holloway. It seems like Charles is some kind of scrub or something. This fight is actually 50-50. 50-50? What the fuck? 50-50? You think the fight is 50-50? Genuinely. You're not trolling. You gotta be trolling. 50-50, bro? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. That shit ain't 50-50, brother. Ain't no way, boy. Charles Oliveira will quit again, 100%. I mean, this is literally all it comes down to is the fact that what does Max Holloway do? He makes people quit, and what does Charles Oliveira do? He quits. When you said pop, did you mean? I do mean what happened to Charlie Kirk. Yeah, that's what I mean by popped, for sure. He's good. Someone at the White House might actually get pop, 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 pop. If Charles wants to win, he needs to take Holloway down because of the fight stays standings. Holloway will pick him apart. Yeah, he would chin Oliveira if it stays on the feet. But it's like Charles Oliveira has dominated who on the ground, by the way? Gamrot. Nice. Gamrot on short notice, who flew all the way from America to Brazil on like a week's notice. And Charles Oliveira only did good in grappling because he knew that he was just way stronger than Gamrot. It's like he's not going to be stronger than Holloway. Holloway defended takedowns from Ilia Topuria, defended takedowns from Volkanovski, and I think Volk and Topuria are just better grapplers than Charles Oliveira. You know? My God, oh my God, if I die, I'm a legend. Is it a crime when a man steps on an ant? No, because an ant is recognized as inferior. Okay. Sure. I don't know what you're trying to get at, but maybe. If that's what you mean by popped, I'm predicting Trump gets popped. Nah. It's going to be a fighter. It's going to be a fighter. If I'm a fighter, I'm not fighting on the fucking White House card, bro. But who is fighting on the White House card? Alex Gahn, White House card, no Americans in that main event? No way. Jones Pereira? That's the only fight you could do at the White House. Literally, I think Dana White doesn't want to do it, but I think Donald Trump wants an American in that main event. And I think if they're going to... But then again, John Jones said he had arthritis. You know what I mean? Gamrot ain't shit. That was a BS win for Oliveira, if you ask me. Yeah, Gamrot ain't shit. Gamrot ain't shit. I wouldn't say it's a BS win, but it's not a great win. You need to see my comment above to understand. The assault doesn't apply to Hamzat. He is alpha predator at the apex seat. Alhamdulillah. Ah, okay. Yes, true. Then I agree. I thought you were going in a different direction with that. I was like, I don't know if I agree with that necessarily. Yeah. But when under the context of Chimaev assaulting a innocent Air Force veteran, I do agree. Shit. Fuck around and find out, buddy. Come on now. But it won't pick up any steam. I don't think that assault will pick up much steam. You know? You're going with Holloway, but he's gonna really hurt Oliveira? Dog, he's gonna knock out Oliveira. Did y'all see how chinny Oliveira looked against Gamrot? Dude, Gamrot was landing like a whole lot of nothing. And, dude, Gamrot was landing a whole lot of nothing. You know what I mean? And it was wobbling. It was wobbling Oliveira. Jemaiv assault, Dag someday. Dag is okay with it. Raja Jackson assaults someone. Dag makes a scene about it. Shit. Don't hate the play. Hate the game, buddy. Don't hate the play. Hate the game, kid. Get a grip. Get a grip, buddy. It's the name of the game. That is the name of the game. Raja Jackson. No, it's different. It's actually different, and I can make a case for it being... Chimaev landed a teep kick. He landed one single teep kick. Not a barrage of punches to an unconscious body. He landed one teep kick just to show him, you know, hey, buddy, back up. This is a warning. Back up. You don't want this smoke, okay? Back the frick up. Completely different. And for you to even bring up the Raja Jackson situation and alongside this Chimaev situation, I mean, I think it's a little racist, to be honest. I think it's actually quite a lot racist. Kenya Koye, what about it? What about that guy? What about that fella? Raja uses sneaky tactics. Hamza said ready. Already said smash everybody, kill everybody. If you're not ready, then it's on you. The rattlesnake already rattled his rattle. The next play is yours. Yeah. Hamza made an announcement to the world. Brother, I come here, kill everybody. That's the warning. You know, if you want a picture, be aware that the pitcher might come with a nice... It's a freaking teep kick. It is a teep kick. Get over it. He's a clout chaser. Teep kicking is nothing. And the guy said Chimaev wanted to take him out. Bro, if Chimaev wanted to take you out, he would have freaking taken you out, bro. He would have easily have taken you out. He could have been like, yeah, man, I'm going to take you out. I'm going to take you out right now. You know? What else is on the 326? Holloway, Oliveira, DeRitter, Baralho, Font, Rosas Jr., Drew Dober, Michael Johnson, Gregory Rodriguez, Bruno Ferreira, Cody Garbrandt, Long Xiao, Dante Johnson, Dusko Todorovic, Alberto Montes, Ricky Tercios. Where Ricky Tercios, bruh? On a pay-per-view, Ricky... Oh, my God. Cody Durden. Nayem Dural Tumender Mimbrel. That's actually not bad. Samar Daji, Jesus, Gaston Bolaños versus Ho Sang Yo. That's not the fight, is it? UFC 326 typology. Is it? That's not the fight card, is it? Is it actually him? No, it switched to Jung Young Lee, not Joe Sang Yo. It went from freaking Joe Sang Yo to Jung Yo Lee. I mean, come on. They tried to sneak that one on thinking nobody would notice. We noticed. The Korean McGregor was originally supposed to be. Bruh, Chimaev jumped that poor soldier with 8 of his boys. Not so tough without guns, are you now, soldier? Not so tough without guns. Huh. He jumped the soldier. He didn't jump him. They were simply creating the environment for a simple one-on-one. So it was Chimaev the soldier and then 8 of Chimaev's boys surrounding to create a circle. Hamza Chimaev then teep kicked the guy. And then Chimaev said, "Brother, I come kill the guy. I tell you, you want to fuck me." I said, "No, I don't want to fuck you because I'm not gay guy. I'm very straight guy with 6 wives, 12 children, and 64 brother, cousin, sister. Yeah. And this army vet say, "He assaulted me. He assaulted me. He assaulted me. Help! Police, help! Police, help!" Y'all know that meme? Police, help! Police, help! Love that shit. The man announced to the world as Borgs, everybody knows wolves attack in packs. Be prepared. Dude, that is funny. That is funny. Yeah. Dude, he's simply following his nature. Yeah. As a wolf, they attack in packs. That's something the world needs to get used to. Okay? Borgs, wolves attack in packs. Okay? That's just how we work. That's how we operate. We attack in packs. No respect. No respect? What did I do to deserve no respect? Hi, Poppy. Poppy? Me no black Poppy. I'm Dominican Poppy. I don't... Nobody winning that fight because you love Charles and Max. They both are so humble and lovely. Nah. I don't like Charles Oliveira. Fuck. That's what I gotta say, Charles Oliveira. Fuck you, Charles Oliveira. You ain't shit. Message received, Charles Oliveira. Get that message, kid. May's the only card open for Chimaev, yeah. Also, to challenge Black Panther, you need to enter his area surrounded by his people, but he is seen as a hero, double standards. I know, right? Yeah. When Black Panther was fighting T'Challa with all of his boys, no problem there. But when Hamza Chimaev does it, whoa, it's a big deal. Racism. Let's be honest. Racism, let's be honest. That's just what it is. May's the only card open for Chimaev. I hope it's not in May. Because I want to be home for that fight. Because I'm vacationing in May. You wait Oliveira too? Yeah, I don't like Oliveira all too much, to be honest. I think it's fucked. I think it's brutally fucked. Brutally fucked. You know what I mean? How do you not like him? Oliveira, how do I not like him? I like his fighting style. I like his fights. But I just think he's... I'm pretty sure he's a dickhead in the gym. Like, I remember seeing a clip of, like, a fighter coming to Charles Oliveira's gym who is not a full-time fighter, and Charles Oliveira just beat him up. You know what I mean? And then he goes out there and starts to act all sorts of humble and shit. It's like, no, you're just beating up random dudes in your gym, yet you come out and act humble. Come on. Not cool. You must be the Joker from Batman movies. Some could say I have very similar tendencies to Joker. So a person mentioning this, but even through the society and Black Panther so advanced, they're still using spears to fight because Africa, right? Yeah, but it's also a fucking Avengers movie. And it's a fictional place. So I don't spend too much time dwelling about the realism of Wakanda, but, you know. Wakanda forever. Dude, what was with... You know, I hate to be racist here, and this isn't even racist, but what was that whole Wakanda forever shit? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I remember people going around, genuinely grown adults being like, Wakanda forever, and being like, what the fuck? Understandable, yeah. So Charles Oliveira beats up beginners in the gym, you hate him for it, but when Chimaev does it, what are you talking about, bro? Chimaev does it? What are you talking about? And there's something I remember when Black Panther came out. There's some shit on Twitter talking about like white people don't see Black Panther because you're taking away seats for black people. This is our movie. Interesting, dude. Sean Strickland cannot be talking, bro. Sean Strickland genuinely cannot be talking. This guy beat up Sneeko in the gym. This guy genuinely tried to knock out Sneeko. What? And Sean Strickland has the audacity to try to call out Chimaev. He tried to knock out Sneeko. What? Chimaev ain't beating no beginners. He's fighting people who fight. He's sparring with guys who are professional fighters. You know what I mean? That's all he does. He pieced up Khalil Roundtree, so. John Jones to Ngannou. Yeah. Yeah. And then y'all see Bobby Green's post-fight speech at the fight night last night? Dude, what? This is I'm a black man. Happy Black History Month, y'all. Happy Black History Month, y'all. This is for all the black men out there. This is for y'all. Bro, what? What are you talking about? Viva la raza. Gracias, Jesus Cristo. Viva la raza. Hey, guys. This is for freaking all the freaking young black men out there. What the fuck you talking about, Bobby Green? Bobby Green, what the fuck you talking about, Bobby Green? Don't act like we don't have equal representation in MMA. Y'all got freaking Cedric Damas, Terrence McKinney. This is for all the fucking black men out there, man. Honestly, I think Ian Gary would do that too. Honestly, if Ian Gary fought in February, I would not be surprised if Ian Gary said, "Oi, happy Black History Month. Happy fucking Black History Month. During this month, every day of February, I let a black guy fuck me wife over and over because of all the bad things white people, my people, we have done to black people. I let all black people fuck me wife like she's Bonnie Blue. Every Black History Month this happens. Every time. I'll do it again. This is for all the young black men out there. Layla, I even got a video. On my phone. I got a video on my phone of Layla getting a train run on her for Black History Month because of all the damage we have done to their people. Take a look. Joe Rogan, take a look. You can see me in the corner here, supporting Layla as she moves on. I'm sitting here with the potato because me and black people are one. We are one. I have a son coming on the way, and he will be black for Black History Month. We will rise again. we Ian Gary gets on the mic in February. We was champions. Conor McGregor, we was champions. Bobby Green CT, do you see the Roundtree clip? Yeah. Also, when Woodley smashed Hill, yeah. Snoop was saying Wakanda because he thought it was Kobe. Oh my gosh, bro. It's so funny. So funny, bro. Viva la raza. Just as Jesus Cristo. This for all the black men out there. Ilya would beat King Green? Nah. All right, now you're pushing it a little too far. Joe would make a video talking about how inspiring Ian Gary's speech is. Yeah. Guys, so Ian Gary did a speech and he thanked black people, and this is actually quite a monumentous occasion. Black History Month or GTA 6, pick one. I'm not gonna hesitate. That's the easiest pick of my entire life. Black History Month, easily. Fuck am I supposed to do with GTA 6? Black History Month is one of the most monumental occasions for me and my people. So, I can see Ian Gary pretending to be Brazilian in Brazil. Gary is basically doing what Sean did when he said he was Mexican. Yeah. Dude, Ian Gary literally... I think Ian Gary's going to start claiming Georgian. Honestly, I think Ian Gary's going to come out with a Georgian flag against Islam. This is for all the happy Georgian History Month. Happy 4th of fucking Georgia History Month. When I was in Georgia, I spent my whole days in training with Georgian wrestlers. My wife, Layla, was at home, struggling, getting fucked in the bed, and I couldn't even watch. I was struggling. I had to drop everything. Fucking everything. 40 days I was in Georgia. Dropped everything. Couldn't even watch me wife get fucked. Layla must have Habib level hip control to trap a young guy with a brilliant future. Yeah. 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 Roman Delidze? Yeah. Fuck Roman Delidze. 1. On the count of 3. I need you to say, fuck Roman Delidze. He stole me fucking wife and won't even let me fucking watch. This is absolute blasphemy. I could see it. I could totally see that shit. For show. I'll do that. Arman is never going to get a fight outside the USA ever again. He's never getting a grappling match ever again in his entire career. He ain't getting shit. Arman ain't getting nothing. It sucks, you know? I like Arman. Arman's a nice guy. But at the end of the day, he's not getting nothing from nobody. You know what I mean? You're proud of Arman? Why? You're a fake fan if you like what Arman did. You hate what Arman did. And we as fans of Arman need to kind of be a parent here and set some boundaries because why? Why, Arman? Why? Stop crashing out. This guy's just a actual just crash out. Arman's like Hamza, he stood up for himself, brother. Fuck that. He's never getting a wrestling match or a grappling match ever again. Not F around and find out, remember? Bro, this is completely different circumstances. Giorgio's juiced. No shit. Dog. No shit. Giorgio's juiced to the fucking tits. That's why he doesn't compete in like a tested sport. Oops. But Arman's an idiot. Arman genuinely is an idiot. What is he doing? He's never getting allowed to fight outside the UFC ever again. Like, brutal idiocy from Arman Sarikyan. You know, eh? Brew. Arman ain't defending nothing. He need to be... How come... Is Arman allergic to being the bigger man? Is he? I think he's allergic to becoming... To being the bigger man. I truly believe so. Starting that brawl? Ah, stop it. The brawl made him a bigger star. You gotta be. You cannot be for real. You cannot be for real. Cannot be for real. When is Hamzat ever bigger man, brother? All the time. What are you talking about? All the time he's a bigger man. You know? When is he not the bigger man? When that girl came up to him? When that little girl came up to him? You know? Come on. He cried. He consolidated her. That's what being the bigger man is. Arman never is the bigger man. You know what I mean? When Hamza Chimaev, people just like punking Chimaev. I don't think it's Chimaev's fault. I think people genuinely just like to punk Hamza Chimaev. I think this is the case. Was Hamza the bigger man with Ian Gary? Yeah, but he doesn't need to be the bigger man. It's a case-by-case basis, guys. What's not to understand here? It's a case-by-case basis. That Ian Gary thing, you cannot get punked like that. Arman wasn't being punked by Giorgio. And even if he was, he needed to be the bigger man if he wanted to continue to get wrestling matches. If Hamza Chimaev smacked Ian Gary in the face, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't take away anything. It doesn't add anything. But frickin' Arman smacking Giorgio takes shit away. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm biased. No shit, Chimaev's a bigger man. He fights at middleweight. Ah, nice one. This is for the best brother. Now Arman will fight in UFC instead of grappling? Maybe. Ian Gary is a woman. Yes, he is. Bro, your ass is biased when it comes to Chimaev? Not at all. If Chimaev smacked... Okay, you want me to say something? Regarding the Nate Diaz thing. Nate Diaz started it. Okay? During and the only reason that fight didn't happen is because Chimaev missed weight, not because of the brawl. Nothing would have happened because of that brawl. Okay? There wasn't even anything. They were just screaming at each other, throwing shit at each other. Nothing happened. Or Chimaev with this alleged assault. Stop it. Stop it. What are you talking about? He doesn't need to be the bigger man because he teeped a guy. So what? So what? He teeped a guy. And move on with his life. He was getting antagonized, teeped a guy. If Chimaev teeped him, what is there to lose for Chimaev? There's nothing to lose. What is there to gain? Nothing to gain. He doesn't need to be the bigger man. If Chimaev was in a wrestling fight, if Chimaev was in the exact same situation as Arman, I would say the exact same thing. He shouldn't have done it. RAF is enjoying posting about it. I think they will give him another chance. It's not RAF, bro. It's not RAF. RAF wants Arman back. He's the biggest name in RAF. Dana White, the UFC, either approves or disapproves of UFC fighters doing grappling matches. The UFC saw Arman get into a brawl. They realized that because Arman's in a wrestling match, there is the threat of him getting into a brawl and risking a potential future fight via injuries in that brawl. Therefore, they won't want him to go in RAF again. Remember the one time he tried to fly to Ireland to beat a McGregor? Okay, so we're taking stuff from when he was like 21 years old? Come on, stop it, bro. You're reaching hard. You're reaching hard with that one. Not even relevant. He was 21. He's grown, and he knows now. He was never in a position where he needed to be the bigger man. He wasn't in the UFC, okay? You know? Wait, didn't Arman also brawl in BJJ match? Did he? Arman Sarukian brawl. Let me search this up. Arman Sarukian brawl. No, it doesn't look like it. No, I don't see anything about it. Don't chase me, bitch, chase your dreams. Could Armand get banned by the state athletic commission for this? No, because completely different jurisdictions, I'm pretty sure. I don't think they have like a athletic commission of wrestling, you know what I mean? Remember when he kicked the guy and yeah, I do. Yeah. Armand Sarukian BJJ, bro? Maybe? Mm. Oh, yeah. Yes, yeah, because cuz he got kicked too. Cuz he got teeped first. Yeah, I do remember that. Nice point you bring up. Yeah, if I'm the UFC, I'm never letting Arman compete outside the UFC at all. Whether it's like you genuinely can't let this guy do anything. You can't let Arman do fucking shit. It sucks, but it is what it is. That's the name of the game, bro. That's the name of the game. Pio gave me a little cup and told me piss in it. Cause you're bitch in it. Put your wrists in it. It's tough. That was tough though. Armand in that grappling match, that was justified. That was justified. That made sense. I have no problem with Armand doing that. No problem. But in this one, come on, bro. Come on. Saturday playing out. I think Max gets a finish in the third round, similar to his fight with the Korean Zombie. Um, um, hmm. Co-main event, Kyle Baralho. I think he finishes. No, I think he gets a decision win, a decently 29-28 decision win over Reiner de Ritter. I'm going Michael Johnson decision win over Drew Dober. I'm going Raul Rosas decision win, boring decision win over Rob Font. Um, I'm going. Who else is on that main card? Is G-Rod on that main card? Yeah, I'm going Gregory Rodriguez to get revenge over Bruno Ferreira in a boring decision. I'm going Zhao Long to KO Cody Garbrandt. I'm going Dante Johnson over Dusko. I'm going I don't know. Do a prediction video? I will. Main events? Dude. Max Holloway under 3.5 is a lock. Max Holloway under 3.5. Kyle versus De Ritter over 2. No, I'm going Kyle Reiner De Ritter to go the distance. I'm going G-Rod. No, that's a trap. Yeah, that's a 2-leg. You see pressure from Holloway. I think Max is going to first round. I think Oliviera is going to be on the pressure, trying to land shots, trying to back Max Holloway up. Max is going to piece him up, land some shots. Charles Oliveira is going to get a little wobbly and then shoot a double leg takedown against the cage. Get Max Holloway down. Max Holloway is going to instantly return to his feet, circle to the center of the cage, piece up piece up Charles Oliveira for the rest of the first round. Second round, similar. Charles Oliveira is going to start second round, shoot a takedown immediately into the second round. Max is going to stuff it this time. Circle to the center, leg kick, jab at range, piece him up for the second round. A little slower second round. Third round, Charles Oliveira is going to go in the pressure, try to go for a finish, try to go for broke. Then Max Holloway is going to hit him with a clean knee up the middle. As Oliveira shoots, Oliveira is going to drop to the ground, and then Max Holloway, boom, 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 brutal Flatline finish. Who was Max faced with Charles ground game? Ilya Tapuria? Brian Ortega? Takedowns? Volkanovski? Freaking Charles Oliveira got crucifixed by Ilya Tapuria. You know what I mean? Oliveira has no head movement. Literally does not move his head at all. He was getting pieced up by Matrus Gamrot. You know what I mean? And if Oliveira doesn't have the power advantage, he quits immediately. Islam quit. You know, if he doesn't have like the strength advantage, he will quit easily. Masvidal has guard appointed by the UFC, so maybe they'll do the same with Arman. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, probably. Almost good bet. Bet it live after round one. No, I don't know. I'm not a live better guy, but also I don't know if that I have one app. I have one app for betting, and you know, it doesn't have live bets on it. At least for UFC. Who's the dog? I'm thinking Charles Oliveira is like a plus 210. At least plus 210. Let me check right here. Charles Oliveira, slight underdog at 160. Max Holloway, a minus 200 favorite. I'm betting for sure. That was the fight where they had UFC guards the octagon during glove touch. Yeah, they had the same for Usman Colby. They had the same for Chimaev Holland, I think, right? Chimaev Holland. I'm pretty sure they had security there. Didn't they? Why do I think they did? I feel like they did. They must have, right? They did have 4 security guards for Chimaev and Holland. I need to rewatch that right now, bro. That takedown was just insane. Such a good fight, bro. Oh my gosh. Just nasty grappling here. Dude, imagine what he would have done to Nate Diaz. He would have freaking mauled him. And they're talking to Holland. Just domination here. Oh my gosh, mauled him. He didn't fake the glove touch. That is cope. That is genuine brutal cope to say he faked the glove touch. Stop it. Dong. When the line is reversed, what it should be. Yeah. You can see Arman's fuse going off but getting pieced up by Ilya at the face-offs. Yeah. Dude, if Ilya pieced up someone at the face-off, he would chin them. You know what I mean? The other time he's ragdolling Holland to worry about being 5 rounds. Yeah, I know. Yeah, dude. Chimaev is huffing and puffing here. I remember listening to Joe Rogan, and I think it was DC or whatever. and they're talking about how Hamza Chimaev was huffing and puffing, and then immediately darces Kevin Holland. Immediately darces him. He's emptying the tank here. He won't be able to go 5 rounds. And then people are like, dude, well, Chimaev doesn't submit his opponent in 1 round. Dude, he's not going to be able to go 5 rounds. It's like, okay, sure. He will submit them in round 1. The crowd was so loud, I know. Dude, the Chicago event was so fun, dude. The build-up to Hamzat Chimaev Dricus, so fun. It sucks that it got overshadowed by, Hamzat Chimaev having a semi-lackluster performance. No, not Chimaev having a lackluster performance. Dricus having an uninspiring performance. You know what I mean? It sucks it was overshadowed by that, but, that was literally the best press conference you've ever seen. The best press conference in the history of UFC. Outside of McGregor. The loudest press conference. Can't believe people are saying Fluffy was Hamzat's biggest challenge. Dude, you know who I've been saying Hamzat's biggest challenge is at 185 for the longest time, yet nobody's going to want to agree with me? It's an unpopular opinion right now, but I don't think it's going to be unpopular soon. I'm saying Caio Borralho has always and always will be Hamzat Chimaev's hardest fight at 185. Caio Borralho. Gas Michel Pereira was able to reserve position against Fluffy in round 2 of their fight. Yeah. Nate would have an excuse. It was supposed to be BJJ versus wrestling, but he was using submissions and that shit. That tells me BJ still won or something stupid like that. No, I genuinely don't think Diaz would have had like an excuse like he usually does. You know what I mean? Because he usually has like the excuse of like, oh well, if it was 6 rounds, dude, I was just getting started. I was just getting warmed up. Chimaev would have submitted him in 1. I genuinely don't think Nate Diaz would have had an excuse. I think Nate Diaz would have been a lot better if he fought Chimaev. I think his career could have been a little bit better. Hey, You think Kyle too, but apparently he was getting bodied in training. But that's everybody though. That's the thing. If Chimaev had trained with the Mavov, he's definitely bodied a Mavov. He bodied Strickland. He probably would have bodied Fluffy. Probably would have bodied Reiner de Ritter. Would have bodied Asanya. Would have bodied literally everybody, bro. So, I'm not saying Caio Borralho beats Chimaev. I'm just saying he gives him the toughest fight at 185. He loses. He gets dominated by Chimaev. But at the same time, he still gives him the hardest fight. And that's just the name of the game. RDR trained with him and said it was interesting, kind of alluding he got the better of Hamzat. I do remember that training clip. I mean, not the training clip. I do remember him talking about that. But, come on. RDR definitely got his ass whooped. See, the thing is, if it's BJJ, Reiner could, because Reiner de Ritter is so freaking huge, he can wet blanket Max on top of Chimaev. You know what I mean? And just try to be as heavy as possible, but do nothing. RDR trained with him, said it, yeah. So, but it's like he just gets pieced up in the striking. He gets pieced up in the if it's starting from the feet, RDR gets bodied. But if they're working positions where RDR's on top, I mean, Chimaev's going to have a hard time moving that big of a dude off of him, Even though, I don't know. Yeah, I would have wanted to see RDR and Chimaev. That would have been an interesting one. RDR has no cardio. I know. Chimaev would have ragdolled him, too. RDR has good cardio. What are you talking about? Why do you say RDR has no cardio? He pushed the pace on Whitaker, took him to the 5th round, and and had a better gas tank than Whitaker, and Whitaker doesn't have a bad gas tank. You know, RDR just pushes. RDR's game plan is actually very intriguing, and I kind of like RDR's game plan. You know what I mean? RDR's game plan is to push a pace that not even he can sustain, and then have a battle of wills. But sometimes he just fights a guy who has a better will than him. You know, like a Brendan Allen had a better will. Whitaker didn't have that will on him. You know, and it sucks because I really do like Whitaker. I really do. But he just didn't have that will, that heart. Didn't have it. You know. I'm gonna make a video shitting on Charles Oliveira soon. I'm gonna make a video shitting on Charles Oliveira because I think he deserves it. I think all these Charles Oliveira fans need to step it down a peg, and I will hate on Charles Oliveira pretty soon, pretty freaking soon, bro, y'all. Dum 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 dum. I need a haircut soon. Holy fuck. Hair is so fucking long. I'll give you a like if you shit on Charles Oliveira. I bet I will shit on Charles Oliveira. For sure. I will most definitely shit on him. You cut your hair whenever you want? Yeah, I know, but I do need one. Go bald? Oh, hell no. Oh, cut my hair, like my own hair. Oh, hell no. I can cut other people's hair. Like, I'm actually good at giving, like, fades and little trim up here and there, but my own hair, oh, hell to the no. Oh, hell to the no, my brother. Ain't no way. Grow your beard instead? Brother. Brother. I can't grow a beard, brother. Can't grow a beard, brother. I think I'm gonna dip, but can we raid MMA can we raid MMA Joey? Can we raid MMA Joey and be like, yo, dag MMA raid? Can we do that? Would y'all all 7 of y'all be down to do that? Little clout chase? Dag MMA raid? Yeah. Can we do that on Joey? You guys definitely aren't gonna stick around because I would not want y'all to watch him. When are you going live again? Tomorrow. Hopefully I can do it early in the morning. The problem is the gooning addiction. You know, I stay up too late. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We have to be subscribed to Joey? Let's see what he's up to.
What's going on with life? I feel like I've been in a time vortex for the last 7 years, I would say. Since about 2020, I felt like I've been in a time vortex.
The fuck is a time vortex?
I really do. I really, truly do feel like I've been in a time vortex.
This guy's having a midlife crisis.
I'm doing streams. I'm having success. I'm having fun. It's getting a little bummy once in a while, but it's good times. Good chopping it up with you boys. Yeah, I don't. At least UFC 327 this week, and it's got a good main event. You know, at least it's got a good main event. I'm not loving the card. I got to do my predictions. The rematch Holloway versus Oliviera 2. We got Rodolfo Bellato on the card.
He banned your account? Shit, make a new one, brother. Shit, brother, make a new one, brother. So I'm within my time of my life. Okay, someone started it. Yuri said Dag MMA raid. All right, we're saying fuck it. Go.
Don't you know that Volk?
Try it out.
Lopez
We're
3
dipping.
For the White House, sign me up.
Say it.
Yo, you were
Try it
you know
out.
what happens
Boom,
when
boom,
you
boom,
open
boom,
the,
boom.
Like, schedule stream, it automatically fills in a time right at that time. And then usually I don't schedule for a minute, and then I never change it.
All right,
So
we'll try it out.
I'm so happy right now. I got a new job making $5 more per hour. Shout out to Chase. New job and a raise. New job, new me.
All right, Dag MMA raid. Let's go. Dag MMA is not banned. Is it? It's not banned. It's not banned.
Joe, where are you with your love for MMA?
All right, give it a shot. All right, peace, guys. Go to his thing. Say Dag MMA raid. All right, peace, boys. Thank y'all for being here. It's been your boy Dag MMA. So no, peace.
I know.